big is the baby?
It's full term.
What? 9 months?
Nothing was crying.
Lexi, have you watched the news of the girls that what they do to their babies and what they go to jail?
الکسی ترویزو به قتل درجه 1 سوء استفاده از کودکان و دستکاری شواهد متهم شده. ماجرا این بوده که ترویزو توی ژانویه گذشته زمانی که هنوز دبیرستانی بوده به خاطر کمردرد میره به یه بیمارستان. 24 ساعت بعدش جسد پسر ترویزو توی سطل آشغال توی یه دستشویی خونالود توی اون بیمارستان پیدا میشه. کالبد شکافی اون بچه نشون میده که احتمالاً به دلیل اینکه اکسیژن بهش نرسیده جونش رو از دست داده. این ویدیو نشون میده که ترویزو ساعت 1:38 شب اتاقش رو ترک میکنه و خیلی با عجله میره به سمت دستشویی. ترویزو 19 دقیقه اونجا میمونه و چند تا از کارکنای بیمارستان میان که ازش خبر بگیرن و این چیزیه که تعریف کردن.
And I said, "Are you okay?" And she said, "Yes, I'm fine. I'm just having a hard time going to the bathroom," is what she replied. So I was like, "Okay."
At some point, I went and kind of checked on her, knocked on the door, seen if she needed anything. She denied. She said she didn't need anything.
Did you hear anything?
I didn't hear anything.
Flush, toilet flush?
Yes. After a while, I started hearing. So I probably checked on her 2 to 3 times. I'm not exactly sure. And then I just kept hearing paper towel dispenser. And flushing and like the water running, and I knocked again. Did she need anything? Denied anything, and then eventually it got to a point where I said, "You need to come out," and I asked the clerk to get the key to unlock the door because obviously she locked the door to go to the restroom. And whenever we finally had the key to unlock it, she opened it and just kind of walked out.
Did she say anything at that point?
She didn't say anything. She was just looking kind of straight past me and went back to the room.
این هم زمانیه که ترویزو بالاخره از اون دستشویی میاد بیرون و عکس‌العمل کارکنان بیمارستان بعد از دیدن اون دستشویی.
And all I saw was like blood everywhere, like on the walls, on the toilet. It just looked like a horror film. The toilet's right here where you're at, and then the sink's right here. It was like up this way, blood splatter.
What is
like
in your line of work, what would cause that kind of splatter?
I think something that got pulled out or ripped. Like if you rip something and blood just went, it was like once you see the photo, you'll see what I'm talking about. It's just
so like you say like rip, like something went like that?
Yeah, like when you rip something or if you cut something and you go like you swing your hand and blood just splatters.
Okay, so
that's how it looked.
Oh, so this was fresh to you.
Yes, this blood was fresh. You could even smell it.
وقتی که مستخدم میخواست آشغالا رو بیرون بندازه اون موقع بود که بچه رو پیدا میکنه.
I was called and to go clean the patient's bathroom in ER around maybe 2 o'clock or so. I think it was the time. I'm not too sure. So when I went in there, it was a bloody massacre mess.
Could you describe it if possible?
Yeah, there was blood everywhere. There was blood on the floor, on the wall. When I went to go through the trash, I felt that when I picked up the trash and I looked in it, there was trash in it. But I knew that it didn't feel like when I picked it up, it was some weight. So I thought it was the trash bags because we put the trash bags on the bottom. And so I started getting the trash out. And then when I did that, I seen that there was a baby in there. And that's when I freaked out and I called Lori and HT or the nurses up front. And because there was a baby in the trash. And the baby, when I looked at it, the baby was wrapped up like in like at the bottom of the trash can and with trash on top of it in a trash bag.
You like describe the baby?
Yeah, he was about like that big. He had hair.
خود ترویزو حالا ادعا میکنه که این کارو نکرده. به گفته وکیلش اون داشته برای چیرلیدری تمرین میکرده تا اینکه کمرش درد میگیره و میره بیمارستان و خودش نمیدونسته که بارداره. و میگه کل این ماجرا قصور پزشکی بوده و تقصیر بیمارستانه که بهش مورفین داده بودن. همچنین این وکیل میگه که این بیمارستان یه اشتباه دیگه هم مرتکب شده و اونم اینه که یه زن حامله رو بدون همراه فرستاده دستشویی. وقتی ازش پرسیده میشه که چرا بچه توی سطل آشغال پیدا شده، اونم جواب میده که ترویزو تحت تاثیر دارو بوده و نمیدونسته داره چیکار میکنه. این اولین واکنش ترویزو وقتی که یه پرستار ماجرا رو جلوی پلیس تعریف میکنه. ویدیو توسط دوربینای روی لباس پلیسا ضبط شده.
We discovered a dead baby in the bathroom. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. It came out of me and I didn't know what to do. Lexi, I told you about this. I just asked you, baby, to tell me the truth. It was not crying or nothing. Like, how big is the baby?
It's full term.
What? 9 months? Nothing was crying. Lexi, have you watched the news of the girls that what they do to their babies and what they go to jail?
حالا وکیل ترویزو میگه که اعضای هیئت منصفه دادگاه نباید این ویدیو رو ببینن. توی این ویدیو وقتی وکیل ترویزو صحبت میکنه، خود ترویزو هم پشت دیده میشه. وکیل ترویزو یعنی گری میچل معتقده که بعضی حرفایی که ترویزو توی ویدیوی قبلی زده بود اجباری بوده، چون ترویزو توی اون زمان تحت مراقبت یه دکتر بوده. به علاوه اینکه پلیس‌ها حق و حقوق قانونی ترویزو برای ساکت موندن رو بهش توضیح نداده بودن.
Until police got there, they called 911. The police were there. We're not talking about a lengthy period of time here. We're talking about within minutes, really quick. And the police were there. The sergeant comes, the officer comes, and then we go. Then they talk to the doctor. They go in the room. And in the room at the time is my client, her mother, the doctor, and the 2 police officers are standing, and she can't leave.
ولی دادستان معتقده که چون مادر ترویزو هم اونجا حضور داشته، پس این ویدیو شامل حال اعتراف اجباری نمیشه.
She came with her mother. She allowed her mother to be present. The court would be familiar that a patient has a right to not have other people in their room.
قاضی پرونده گفته برای اینکه این ویدیو نشون داده بشه یا نشه اطلاعات بیشتری لازمه. وکیل ترویزو در مورد شرایط وثیقه‌ای که برای ترویزو گذاشتن هم اعتراض کرده. به ترویزو اجازه داده میشه که فقط از طریق تلفن و شبکه‌های اجتماعی با دوست پسرش که پدر بچه هم بوده ارتباط داشته باشه. علت این ممنوعیت این بوده که یه قاضی دیگه رابطه ترویزو و دوست پسرش رو خشونت خانگی تشخیص داده و اجازه نداده ترویزو با دوست پسرش در ارتباط باشه. ولی ترویزو گفته که با دوست پسرش توی یه کالج درس میخونه و اینطوری نمیتونه کلاسای کالج رو شرکت کنه. در نهایت قاضی اجازه داد که این شرایط برای ترویزو تغییر کنه و بتونه کلاسای دانشگاهش رو شرکت کنه. بعد از اینکه قاضی دستور داد که ترویزو میتونه در کالج شرکت کنه، حالا یه درخواست آنلاین داره دست به دست میشه و میخواد که جلوی این دستور قاضی گرفته بشه. این درخواست تا حالا 13000 امضا روی سایت change.org به دست آورده. ولی کارشناسای قضایی معتقدن که خیلی احتمالش کمه که این درخواست نظر قاضی رو عوض کنه. با توجه به اینکه ترویزو هنوز محکوم نشده و هیچ کدوم از اتهاماتش هم ثابت نشدن، دادگاه الکسی ترویزو فعلا برای آگوست سال آینده برنامه‌ریزی شده، ولی ممکنه تغییر کنه. هر خبر جدیدی در مورد این پرونده منتشر بشه توی همین چنل در موردش ویدیو میذاریم. حالا یه قسمت‌هایی از ویدیوی بازداشت شدن ترویزو رو با هم ببینیم.
Bring her out. Just tell me what's going on.
There's a warrant for her arrest.
Okay, for what?
I will give it to her whenever.
Can I see a warrant?
Homicide. Open count of homicide. And tampering with evidence.
Tampering with evidence?
Yes.
At the hospital? Please.
Hi. What's your name?
Alexi.
Okay. What's the last 4 of your social?
She don't even know it.